Okay, so let's start with the class. Today is our first class for entrepreneurship development. My name is Dr. Rafia Rizvi, and I will be taking your entrepreneurship development class. Okay, can everybody see the slide now?
Yes, ma'am.
Please answer in the chat box. Do not answer by saying yes, ma'am. Okay, just write it whenever I ask. Okay, all right. So let's begin. You can find the syllabus and the timetable on Moodle. I've attached the links to both those documents on Moodle. The entire syllabus is also uploaded there. So we'll start with the first unit, and the topics that are included in the first unit are the entrepreneur concept, importance and nature of entrepreneurship, functions of an entrepreneur, and goal determination. Okay, under goal determination we have to study problems, challenges and solutions. Okay, also I will be posting every day's class video on Moodle. So if anybody from your class misses the class, you can go through the video and attend the class. Okay, also for attendance I want you all to write present in the chat box. Okay, so everybody that is present in the class, please write present in the chat box. Okay, so today we will study first we need to understand what an entrepreneur is. Okay, before we start with entrepreneurship development, we all need to understand what entrepreneur means. Entrepreneur is a person who performs the action or process which is known as entrepreneurship. And why does this process need to occur? Is to set up the enterprise. And what is the enterprise? It is the innovative creation or object. Okay, so every entrepreneur has to perform entrepreneurship in order to set up the enterprise. Okay, these are three basic elements involved in the process of entrepreneurship. Okay, now if we talk about entrepreneurship, what actually entrepreneur means? So entrepreneur is a person who sets up his or her own business. Okay, please switch off everybody's cameras and mics. Okay, I do not need to see you, you just need to see me. Okay, so entrepreneur is a business person, is a person who sets up his or her own business. Okay, now when I say that an entrepreneur is somebody who sets up his or her own business, why not call them an entrepreneur? Why call them a businessman? Right? So there has to be a difference between both of them, both these terms. So what is the difference? So let's look at the differences between a businessman and an entrepreneur. Okay, also I want to just mention that anybody who is using their parents' ID or anybody else's ID for attending the class, please write your name as well with present. Okay, because I will not be able to see the name in case your parents' ID is listed. Okay, all right. So So a businessman is a person who follows the already existing idea. Okay, so a businessman sets up a business using an already existing idea, which means that people who have been doing business since the past, they have established some security that yes, this kind of business is doing well. For example, when you see all around you, a lot of people start doing business when that business becomes successful. Like when Android phones or smartphones came into existence, a lot of other companies, a lot of new companies also started selling smartphones, right? A lot of new companies that were not into existence before the starting of smartphones or selling of smartphones also started production. Okay, so what the companies who came after the start of this selling of smartphones, they all would be called businessmen. But the person who's introduced this new innovative product, this product which was not existing in the past, would be called the entrepreneur. Okay, so who is an entrepreneur? He or she is a creative person who introduces new ideas to run businesses. Okay, so in order to be an entrepreneur, there has to be a creative, a new idea attached to your business. Okay, now what does a new idea mean? Do I have to invent a new product only to become an entrepreneur? No, that is not true. Okay, we do understand that businessmen use traditional nature of business, okay, which has already been established since a very long time. That is traditional nature. But when I say innovative nature, an entrepreneur is innovative in nature. What does innovative mean? Innovation means doing something new or converting a creative idea into a real existing physical product, or it may be service as well. But it is not compulsory that anybody who has to innovate has to create a new product from scratch. Okay, innovation can also include introducing new features in an already existing product. Like mobile phones already existed, right, in the past, but Android facility was introduced recently. Okay, so that was an innovation. Now, not only new features, but we can also start innovation by way of introducing an already existing product which is available in some other market, and we make it available in this market. For example, market means a set of customers. Okay, for example, a product X has been produced and is being produced since a very long time in, say, US. Okay, now
Ma'am, we can't hear you.
nobody can hear me. So for those who have just joined, we discussed that there are 3 elements of entrepreneurship. Basically, the first one is entrepreneur, who is a person who performs the process or action known as entrepreneurship to set up an enterprise, which is the innovative creation. Okay, so enterprise is the outcome of entrepreneurship. Then a businessman is traditional in nature and does business in a already existing way, or uses an already existing idea. Like for example, if I try to open a stationery shop, that will make me a businessman. But if I want to be an entrepreneur, I will have to introduce something innovative. Now we were discussing that what innovative means. Okay, so innovation basically relates to a new feature in an existing product, okay, or we can try to sell an already existing product from one market to another. Okay, for example, I live in Canada, okay, and there is a product X which is being sold there. Okay, I shift to India for some reason and I try to set up a business, and I decide that I will also produce product X which was being sold in Canada in India itself, and sell it for Indian market. So that will also be innovation. Okay, so people who make products that are not available in Indian market or in particular market but are available in other markets, if we make them available to a new market, that is also innovation. For example, I was producing garments, maybe jeans, in Gujarat, okay, but the people of Kerala were not able to buy my jeans. So let's say Tanya, in your class, Tanya decides that she will sell these jeans which I am producing in Gujarat to people who desire to buy these jeans in Kerala. Okay, so she would be an entrepreneur who is innovating. Okay, so introducing an already existing product to a new market is also innovation. Then using an innovative raw material for production of an already existing product is also innovation. For example, everybody knows what paper is made up of. Can somebody tell me in the chat box what is paper made up of? In the chat box, not through your mic. Yes, wood. Very good, Dipansha. So everyone knows that paper is made up of wood. Okay. Now that means to produce paper, I need to cut down trees, which is not good for the environment. So there's a company, I think all of you would be knowing their name, Classmate. Has anybody heard of Classmate? So Classmate made sure that instead of using fresh wood, they will use something which is a waste product for another industry. Like they started using sugarcane husks. Okay, in sugarcane industries, when sugar is produced, the juice of a sugar cane is extracted. Okay, the sugar cane is squeezed and the juice comes out, and the remaining husk that is left, that is a waste. Okay, it's not usable. So Classmate took that husk and used it to make paper. So they made eco-friendly paper using the used or waste product of sugar industries. Okay, so that is also innovation. What they did is they were earlier also producing paper, and now also they are producing paper, but the difference is in the type of raw material they are using. Okay, so for those who have just joined the meeting, please write your name and present in the chat box so that I can mark your attendance. Okay, and from next class onwards, please remember to do this. I will not say again and again in the next class. This is the first class, so I am telling you. Okay. Then moving on, a businessman is profit oriented. That means we agree that every business is set up with the sole motive of creating profit or earning profit. Okay, so profit is the ultimate goal or ultimate aim. It is not that entrepreneurs are not interested in profit. They are also profit oriented. An entrepreneur also sets up a business. Ultimate aim of that business is also profit earning. But there is an alternative aim as well, which is customer oriented goal. So they have another goal as well, which is customer oriented. Means they also focus on customer satisfaction. They try to get the feedback of customers. They try to connect with the customers and know their needs, requirements, so that they can satisfy them better. Okay, so an entrepreneur is not just profit oriented, they are also customer oriented. The last difference is businessmen have low risk bearing capacity, but an entrepreneur has high risk bearing capacity. Now what does risk mean? Risk means that dealing with an uncertain situation, a situation where you are not sure about the outcome or the result, what will happen, right? For example, I try to launch a new product, or let's say I try to launch say a bottle gourd flavored ice cream. Does everybody know what bottle gourd is? Who can tell me what a bottle gourd is? Does anybody know? Please write in the chat box. No? Okay, it's Loki. Okay, so let's say I try to create a new product. Say I create Loki flavored ice cream. Now there is a chance, there's a high chance that this product may not do well. Nobody would like to try a Loki flavored ice cream, right? But if I ask all of you, have you ever had Loki ka halwa? Because that is something which a lot of people do like. Okay, so there is a risk that people may like it, and there is a risk that people may not like it. Okay, there are different customers, and all the customers have different preferences. All right, so a businessman would never take that risk of producing a Loki flavored ice cream, but an entrepreneur may try it. Okay, if you visit some metro city, a lot of ice cream parlors are now producing jackfruit flavored ice cream as well. Okay, what is jackfruit? Jackfruit is kathal. Okay, so it does sound weird that kathal flavored ice cream would not be appetizing for a lot of people, but it does sell. People are consuming it, people are buying it. Okay, so a businessman would not take a risk or take very low risk, but an entrepreneur takes high risk. The benefit of high risk is that they earn high profits as well. The more the risk, the more is the profit. For example, let's say I produce this Loki flavored ice cream and it turns out to be a huge success. So I would be the only person in the entire country producing this product. Okay, a lot of people, almost everybody would like to try it because the customer reviews are good. Okay, so I would be an entrepreneur who takes high risk. Okay, does everybody understand up till now? Is it clear to everyone?